Do you think the Thunder are the league's next dynasty, or has the current CBA effectively ended?
I think they have a chance to be because of all the draft capital that they have. All the things that they've collected throughout the years with all the trades that they've made. They've got so many assets, they don't have to dip. You know, when you see a guy like Wallace, Carson Wallace, he might be gone, you know, because they want to take care of their backcourt. You get that, okay? One of their bigs may end up being gone, not both of them, but Holmgren or Hartenstein, one or the other. There isn't a single hole they can't fill because they have the draft capital to either go out and draft somebody or the draft capital to give to somebody else in favor of a trade, because some teams are desperate for the draft capital because they don't have it. So no matter what way you slice it, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if there is a team that has the potential to be a dynasty in the NBA, it is Oklahoma City, because that backcourt ain't going nowhere. And on top of it all, neither is Sam Presti.
So in your opinion, which teams pose the biggest threat to stopping the Thunder from repeating this season?
I think I view Dallas. I view Dallas as a preeminent threat because they've always had OKC's number. If you look at them, even last year, when Luka was down, they still beat Oklahoma City running through everybody except Dallas. They run into Dallas without Luka, Dallas beat them. They run into Dallas with Kyrie, Dallas beats them. This is what they do. For some reason, Dallas has their number, and they know how to play against them. And I think that because of that reality, you cannot dismiss the Dallas Mavericks as being that threat. But again, it's asking a lot for both Kyrie and AD to be healthy. I would not underestimate Houston because of KD. Because Oklahoma City, I look at Oklahoma City's defense, big time, stellar. They have no answer for KD. No answer. No answer. They've gone through these droughts, these scoring droughts, but their defense saves the day. Your defense ain't saving the day against KD. It's not happening. It's not happening. If nothing else, that brother he good for 25. He good for 25. It's not a problem for him at all.
Well, let's stay in Texas. Got to talk a little bit about Wemby. Saw his sophomore season shortened with the blood clot, but been training with Shaolin monks this summer. Kevin Garnett, you know, two different sides of the spectrum, putting that work in. How much of a leap do you expect Wemby to make in year 3?
Well, he's the future. I mean, you can't teach 7'5". Yeah, I mean, it was one of the most embarrassing interviews I ever had to do because I interviewed him the day he was drafted, and I was here. And I was a damn belly for crying out loud. It's embarrassing. You know, like, damn. This is a legitimate 7'5" with a J. Let's call it what it is. And so, obviously, having De'Aaron Fox, I think, goes a long way with some of the other pieces that they have. I like San Antonio a lot. I expect them to make the playoffs this year. And Wemby being in that lineup, he's hell to deal with. So you can't rule out anything. But again, when you look at Dallas and their size, and you look at Houston now having KD, there are answers to that puzzle. And I think those two teams have it.
Oh, Texas is going to be a hell of a battle down there.
That's right. Absolutely.
Shout out to
What do you think about the East this year?
The East?
Yeah, with Boston being down, like a lot of teams
I think it's going to come down to the Knicks and Cleveland.
Knicks and Cleveland.
Boston doesn't have Tatum. Milwaukee doesn't have Lillard.
Indiana
doesn't have Halliburton. And Miles Turner went to Milwaukee. Orlando's on the come up. I like the Desmond Bane pickup. And I love Banchero. I think that he's special and he's coming, but they're not there yet. I don't like the fact that Tibbs gone. I don't think Tibbs deserved to be fired, but in the same breath, stubbornness when Mikal Bridges, who's known for playing practically every game, never says anything, suddenly is saying, yo, we need rest. I think that was a huge, huge deal with Tibbs because that was the player saying he's not listening. He's not listening. And remember, they had just given him a 3-year contract extension. So for them to make that shift, that clearly came from up top because they weren't prepared for him to be gone. That's James Dolan saying get rid of him. That's what that was. So you got Mike Brown now, and we forget that he's the coach of the year, that he's coached the #1 offense. He knows a thing or two about what he's doing on the offensive side of the ball, that he was an assistant for years in Golden State under Steve Kerr. That never hurt you because Steve Kerr is one of the best ever. So I look at it from that standpoint, and I say, okay, New York Knicks with Brunson and Cat and all those guys, they could be fine. My issue with the Knicks is like Cat facing the basket, he's a sniper. But his back to the basket, it doesn't look good. That's not his game. That's not his game. And again, they get low on him, and they start messing with his legs and his knees, and it's compromised. I don't think that's a strength of his. I think you need another bona fide scorer if you're the New York Knicks. Cleveland has all the pieces. They just choked in the playoffs. They just didn't show up. This is where, and I'm a Donovan Mitchell fan.
We got a Cavs fan here. He was not happy with that
I'm a
comment.
Donovan Mitchell fan, but let me tell you something. When it comes to his teammates, there's absolutely positively no excuse. And I don't care what anybody says. There's no excuse. You cannot be injured and can't play game 2, but you can play game 3. If you can play game 3, that means you could have played game 2. All right? You don't give away playoff games. I mean, it was like 3 or 4 starters that were not available for a game in the playoffs. Inexcusable. And so I just think that the Knicks have a chance to come out of the East, but I think Cleveland, in terms of their roster, I think they should be the favorites.
You like Detroit?
I do like Detroit. I do like, and I think they're coming.
Yeah.
And I think they're coming. I really,
I
really
think they're
do.
one piece away.
Yeah, I think so.
Ain't like
I
that.
think so.
Yeah.
You know, I like them. I really do. Cunningham, brother can ball, smooth.
Yeah.
Silky smooth. He can do some things. They're well coached by Bickerstaff as well. But I like some of their pieces. I'm not going to underestimate. I wouldn't sleep on Detroit.
So on the AD front, obviously Kyrie may miss most, if not all, of this next season coming up. Do they get to use that as an excuse, or do you feel like this Mavs squad can still be a top-tier team?
No, they get to use it as an excuse if Kyrie isn't there. But I think that Kyrie's going to be back after January or after All-Star break.
Ooh.
That's what That's what I've been told to anticipate, that Kyrie could come back. Now, obviously, coming back from his knee injury, he's not going to be himself initially, and we get all of that. But the brother's still special. And I think and his game isn't predicated on his athleticism. His ball handling and shot making ability is what saves the day for Kyrie Irving. And so he can come back. Now, see, if somebody like Russell Westbrook had that kind of injury, it's over. Because his athleticism is what carries the day for him to this very day. That's not the case with Kyrie Irving. It's two different things.